video.
Sorry that my hair looks a bit like not very nice.
Another video which is kind of a bit like another vlog we've done.
Boy, just kidding.
So I'm going to be having a lesson at this other stable. 1 hour private lesson. So I've had one before, so you can go watch this vlog if you want to watch it.
That one's really cool. And last time, can I say something please? Yeah. Last time she asked for a dressagist. What the hell? What word is that? Well, it's kind of like a dressagist. What the hell? It sounds like a noob saying a dressage-ish. Well, you know what I'm saying. Lesson, and I wonder what you asked for this time, or...
Well, I didn't actually ask for it, guys. I'm not like... But anyway,
they asked you what you want to do, like jumping or dressage, and you said dressage.
But also the reason that, like, if you guys are like, it's not fair that I'm having a lesson, Lila does not want a lesson.
Yeah, I know, and I got to go to a concert. Like, yeah. That's really weird.
Okay, so anyway, bye.
We'll see you there. Wonder what will... Okay, bye. I love her. Hey guys, so I'll just do a voiceover here just so you guys know what's happening a bit. So I got on this beautiful horse and his name was Buffalo. So he was really sweet and he was very beautiful as well. He was absolutely ginormous though. Like, I normally ride 12 two-ponies and he was like 16 hands or something. But here we were just, well, I was just warming him up in a walk just around doing circles. The arena was pretty ginormous. So we just did a circle up here. Yeah, he felt very massive strided. And then there was also a massive plane went by, a really low one, but he was really good and he didn't spook or anything. And then here we went up into a trot. His trot wasn't actually that ginormous, like, I don't know. I think I've been riding, not like recently, but like more different variations of horses recently. So yeah. But last time I rode a big horse, I actually can't remember the last time I rode a big horse. But yeah, we were just trotting him in a circle. It was kind of hard to circle him because he was so massive. But yeah. I know.
We set off into the summer night, and you're never gonna see us again. We set off into the summer night, and you're never gonna see us again. We went looking for a new sound, and you're never gonna see what we found. We went looking for a new sound, and you're never gonna see what we found.
After we had done a few laps of circling trot, then we tried to do a canter. He was a bit resistant to this, but it was definitely my fault for not being able to ask him properly because he did a couple of strides, but I was just quite struggling to put enough leg on and keep like the circle going because he was really hard to circle because he was so big. And there was also some poles in the way, so ignore how bad I look there, but I was having a bit of struggles because he was just so ginormous. But he did a couple of strides, so yeah, if I could have asked him better, it would probably have been better, so it wasn't his fault at all because he did do like a bit, but yeah. So here guys, we were just doing some not pole bending, just some bending. We did it in walk first, and then here I was trotting through. It wasn't like, I was quite surprised I managed to do it, but he was quite easy to steer actually.
It's pretty cool.
Well, he wasn't easy to steer because he's so massive, but he wasn't like, didn't take him a long time to respond. He was quite responsive. He was a lot more responsive to your leg than Boggy was, but I love them both. They're both really nice. But yeah, we did that a few times. He was really good at it. It was kind of hard, but it wasn't too hard.
We went looking for a new sound, and you're never gonna see what we found. And you're never gonna see what we found. And you're never gonna see us again.
And now we were just doing, just for a little breather for him and me, we were just doing these, well not really me actually, because it was kind of hard. We were just did some like fun games. They weren't actually fun for me. They're probably my least favourite part of the lesson, but because like it was really kind of embarrassing doing some of them. But first we did Around the World, which wasn't that hard, but it was kind of like, I accidentally like kicked him in the neck, but he was, but not like hardly or anything. But yeah, we did that. I did that both ways, and then was the worst, one of the worst parts, where I had to do scissors, which if you don't know, you have to like hang off and like do scissor legs, and it was really, and no, this was the worst, where I had to lay back and then like, oh, I don't know, it was really embarrassing, and then I had to get on him like this, and it was really hard. The lady had to lower my stirrups, and then I had to try and get on him, and I felt really bad for him as well. But then after we'd done those traumatic things, then I got back on him, and then we just did a bit of trotting round again, and then we did these like this raised pole trotting pole thing, and he was kind of avoiding it a bit, but he still went over the poles and was really good with the poles. So we did that a few times, and then yeah, then you'll see in a second what we do next. Actually, will you see right now? No. So like he went over the first bit, and then he just kind of went on the low part.
We were going to
Actually, I'm not sure if he went over to tour, but he's still really good. And then she made it into like a little jump. It actually looks smaller because he's so ginormous. And then he went over the first one. It was really tiny, but so here we were going to it another time, and then he was going nicely out to it, and then he like kind of didn't pick up his legs enough, and he almost fell over, and I let go of my reins, which is kind of noobish, but it's fine. Here's a slowed version where you can see how he almost fell over, and that was really terrifying, but he was okay, and I didn't fall off, so I guess that was good. But then we did it one more time just to make sure he ended it on a good note, and it was really terrifying, but he did it good the next time. And then yeah, I was very pleased that he did it good, so he didn't have to do it again. Just joking.
We set off into the summer night, and you're never gonna see us again. We set off into the summer night, and you're never gonna see us again. into the summer night, and you're never gonna see us again. We set off into the summer night, and you're never gonna see us again. We went looking for a new sound, and you're never gonna see what we found. We went looking for a new sound.
Hey guys, so I've just had my lesson.
Is your hand over my face? Or like?
No, can you see
Okay.
yourself?
Yeah. Hey guys.
Yeah.
No. So, just say something.
Okay,
man.
sorry. And I rode another horse. So last time I rode Boggy, and this time I rode a horse called Buffalo. And he was, they've got quite funny names, but he was ginormous. He was 16 hounds. So that's the biggest horse I've ever ridden, I think. And he was a Clydesdale cross thoroughbred. So that's quite